just want to say thank you, first of all, and I'm a very emotional kind of guy, and I said to myself, I'm not going to get emotional tonight, I promise, but I'm already in tears, okay? Watching some of that was, and the actors that I have been able to work with, and the directors that I've been able to work with, it's unbelievable how much acting is about truth. And that's what I think we all attempt all the time that we walk on a movie set. There's nothing more than the truth. So now I actually had something written out to say, and I've kind of gone off it, but I want to thank Brett for all those kind words, except for using the word Marvin, which I will kick his ass afterwards. Now then, I know that some of you and said, well, if I meet him, what do you call him? Dear, if we meet him, say hello, what do we call him? Well, growing up a poor fat boy in Dallas, and I was born kind of a red, my dad, at the age of about 6 months old, decided he would call me Meat. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh, he gave himself that name. Now, let me tell you this. If I had given myself that name, I should have been committed years ago. So they said to me, Meat, you've got like 3 or 4 minutes. And I said to them, who do you think I am, John Bon Jovi? Have you ever heard Bad Out of Hell? It's 12 minutes long. So I want to tell you a few things that got me started into this business. And the first one was when I was a sophomore in high school, and I had to go to study hall the first semester. Well, my Indian name is Never Shuts Up. And so I couldn't stand study hall, so they had an elective. And the elective was drama. And I said, oh, that sounds like a good place to go. At least I don't have to be quiet. And I went in to drama, you know, sat in the back of the room and thought it was going to be funny. But it really became part of me at that moment. And I went on and did plays in high school and did the lead in a musical my senior year. And eventually, this is a true story, I go to get a job at the Aquarius Theater parking cars because I needed money. And I'm standing at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there's about, it seemed like 40,000. There wasn't, but people lined up to audition for hair. And a guy pulls up, and he gets out of the car, and my friend Barney says, this is Meatloaf. And he said, Meatloaf? And Barney goes, yeah. And he says, what do you do? I said, I'm an actor and a singer. And he said, well, why aren't you auditioning? And I said, I wouldn't stand in that kind of line for food. And so he said, well, you don't have to stand in line. He said, come on in. So I went in, he set me in, he said, sit in this seat right here. He walked down to some hippie-looking guy on the pillow, walked back to me and said, you go up next. So I walked up on the stage, and the piano player said, what did you bring to sing? I said, I didn't bring anything to sing. Now, I don't know anything about music, and when I'm around musicians, I need an interpreter. But I did know this, and it made me sound really good. I need a 16-bar blues with no turnaround. I don't know. And so I sing the song, the world is all right, it's the people that make it bad. And I got through the first verse, And this guy sitting on the pillow said to me, "What are you doing tonight?" And I said, "Well, I'm hoping that I get the job in the parking lot parking cars." And he said, "Well, how would you like to do the musical Hair?" And I said, "Great." So I got signed to do the musical in LA, but the guy that I signed up to replace never quit. So they came to me and they said, "How would you like to go to New York and be on Broadway?" And I went, "Okay." Hey, I don't know, I'm a kid. So the great thing is, when I was doing it on Broadway, is that I got an extra $12.50 a week not to do the nude scene, to make sure that there would be people there for the second act. And after a while in New York, I met a fellow by the name of Joe Papp. And Joe Papp took me under his wing and really taught me how to act. And I became the 13th actor in history on salary full-time for the New York Public Theater. And Joe Papp called me up on the phone. He said, "I want you to come down. We're doing Shakespeare in the Park, and I want you to read for it." So I went down and I read for Shakespeare, and the director looked at me and he said, "That was possibly the worst reading of Shakespeare I've ever heard in my entire life." And Joe Papp leaned over to him, and Joe said to me, "Take the script home. Here's 4 characters. Pick one." Hey, I'm a young actor. I picked the one with the most words. And Clive Barnes, critic for the New York Times, the famous Clive Barnes, gave me a wonderful review, said that I was one of the real people on stage that night. And Joe Papp, that night in 1971, really started my acting career. And I owe him, Lou Adler, and Jim Steinman so much. I can never tell you.